Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm a Vietnamese young millennial. I have 3 years of being a remote worker. So today I'm going to talk about remote work and things you don't know. I think you already know it in the title, and the reason why you click on that is maybe you're interested in remote work and you might want to become one, or you already become one. Let's get started. Why remote work and why it's top of mind in the workforce? So let's say what people think about remote work. According to some survey from Flex Job, they say that 84% of remote workers, they are more happier than there are people who are not working remotely. And also for some Stanford universities, they say that the remote worker, they are more productive because they can control of their distraction and there are less interruption during the work. That's leading them to more productivity at work. It's cost saving. It's from both sides, companies and the employee and the employers. For the employees, they can save a lot of costs regarding to remaining the office, a lot of like an expense for employee, and they can spend that money into more of the activities. And for the employees, they can also save a lot of costs related to commuting or even like transportation to work. So for both sides, it's a win-win. So a company who offer a remote option can attract candidate globally, and they can gain more like option for the employer, the candidate who are attending to their recruitment process. So that is what people said about remote work. But in Vietnam, in my community, it is a different story. It is not a statistic story. My parents and my friends have a different story that they tell each other about my life in remote work. Especially from my friends, they think that I'm a cat lady. I'm living in an apartment and I work all day, and at the end of the day I just have myself with working and maybe hang out with my digital friends as well. Also came from my parents. They think that I'm not productive. I might have like the rest of my day is a chill out. I'm a party person, so I will be hangover from the daytime because of the party previously, and I cannot doing any productive work and focus during the daytime. They also think that all of my community and connection is a remote workers as well. I mean, because of the rest of my day, I work around like 12 hours per day. So a lot of friends of mine, they are living in digital worlds as well. All of my coworkers is all around the world, but they are online and they always online all the time. So they think that I only have like a tech cheese friends. That is what they talk to each other. So I think, is that true? Some of it is true. I do feel a little bit like isolated from the rest of the world from time to time. I do have a tech cheese friend. I do have like a chill out day at the pool on Monday. So, but this is my story a little bit different. Let me tell you why. So first of all, we have heard everything fancy word about remote work, and a lot of people think that remote work brings you the flexibility that is the most beautiful of the remote work, but in fact it's not. I have to say I am very like time disciplined person since that I became a remote worker. The reason I became that is that remote work require you a lot of discipline in managing time and time back all of your schedule during a day, even the week or a quarter or a month. You have to plan ahead, like when I wake up every day, I have to exactly know what is the time for my first meeting of the day. I have to exactly know what I have to work, when is my hyper-focus time. Everything is all around the calendar, and you have to time discipline that. Why is that? Because when I work remotely for a company, especially when most of the company offer remote work, operate globally. My co-worker, they also have their own time schedule. So my job is just respect their time schedule as well. So in order to become a more professional in the remote work, time discipline about yourself and respect other time discipline is the most important one. And I have to say to you, it is not flexible at all. You cannot have the flexible from another, and you cannot have flexible for yourself. If you are, want to make it really good and you want to be a master of it. Another reason why it is not flexible is because it's a different in time zone. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of companies, 90%, all of the companies that offer remote work, they have global team and they have different time zone. So for example, my marketing team, we have 7 people, but we operate in 5 different countries and for 7 different nationalities. We have 3 different time zones for 7 people. So what can we do? We have to strictly follow the meeting, every schedule that we have, because if we just miss one or we late for every meeting that we have planned for, it affects other, and it affects the whole schedule of other plan. So is different in time zone is very important, and especially when we have a team. If you are working for a tech company and you are let's say that you are a front-end engineer, and your job is collaborate very closely with the UI UX designer, and you guys have to communicate to each other and collaborate a lot. So the difference in time zone will be a very challenge, and you cannot flexible on that because you cannot change where you live. So the solution for it is that a lot of companies, they offer, they said it directly on the CV that, okay, see, his job is located in which market or in which time zone, and they only recruit for that specific time zone for that reason. I think that is not an idea for you if you are not proactive and have difficulty in managing time. This is not an ideal word, and it is not a fancy word that many people think about when they think of the flexibility that remote work brings to their life. For the flexibility, the last point that I want to bring out is it is not work-life balance. It's not just for remote, but for many traditional work as well. Work-life balance is something you cannot just say that you have work-life balance and you can do it. And the reason why I said that, because in remote work, everyone expects you to be active. Everyone expects you to be staying connected to the team, being responsive, being show up professionally, and being listening and engage with the team as much as you can, because you don't have physically connection with each other. So everyone expects everyone else to do the same thing, being active all the time. You always have, if you're using Slack or any communication tool that the company use, you always have a message from a channel that random or any team. Because when your time schedule is off, another team is still working and they're still discussing, and it's always ringing, and it's happened. You cannot avoid it. It's just not toxic at all. It just happened like that. It's the nature of remote work that everyone's in around the world is always working. It's happened. So they expect from others to be active, and there is no work-life balance. The idea of that is not what people think of when they think of work-life balance. It's not in that way. Lastly, I promise this is the last. I don't want to scare you guys with a lot of challenge about remote work, but I have to say that remote work, sometimes I happily kind of have experienced and suffer that. You will miss the office than you can think. Why I say that? It's a lot of disagreement or even like misalignment between the co-worker, you and your co-worker. And you, if you're in office, you just need to have a coffee or have a lunch with your co-worker. But you cannot do it in the remote world. You cannot just like huddle or a meeting. You cannot book a meeting just to resolve a problem that you just have in the meeting. It's just cannot happen like that. So you might miss the physical touch than you think. And believe me, it resolves a lot of problems. Even like it's just an off topic, out of the table, out of the meeting, out of the table discussion, and you're good to go. You and your coworker can, get more closer, get more interesting topic, and your work will be better than ever. So that is what I miss from the office. I think that's it. I talk a lot. I talk about some statistics that the world is telling about, the buzzword. I scare you guys with the challenge that I suffer. So I hope that you can be more happy when you work, either you are remote or not. And if you have a chance, especially you have a chance working for like a global environment and just enjoy it. But remember that remote work is not a dream, but is something that you can strive for, and it's not that hard to strive for and succeed in that remote world. So thank you.
Xin chào mọi người, mình là Cát. Mọi người có bao giờ cảm thấy cô đơn trong cuộc sống của mình không? Mọi người có bao giờ cảm thấy là mình bị bế tắc trong những cái câu hỏi của mình không? Và mọi người có bao giờ cảm thấy mình bị mắc kẹt trong cái